So, this is another video blog. It's actually like 2 days after, so you guys getting lucky this week. I don't know. I just have a lot of things on my mind, and I don't know exactly why they're on my mind, but they are. Uh, I am, stressed. I I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Today, yesterday, last week, I have had some like emotional things happen and stuff. I think everybody does, but I think the reason that I am having problems is because I cope with stuff differently. Last few of my blogs, I have mentioned that I have a hard time letting people go, and I think with time, I can let them go. God, I hope. Um, I, for some reason, can't let this one person go. And I wish I could. He has truly fucked me up. And I don't know how to even deal with it. Like, I don't know how to deal with it. We have been broken up for like 6 months as of right now, and that's the second time we were together. The first time we were together, we were broken up for like a year and a half. And there's still the same issues. There's still the same mind fuck. And, I'm not looking for anything from him, I don't think. The first time we broke up, it was the most horrible way I think someone can break up with somebody. And, it's horrible. It's hurtful. You do it the day before Christmas. And you tell me that you have to do stuff for yourself. That it's important that you do things for yourself because you found yourself being caught up in a relationship. And then I have to find out from someone else that that's not it at all. That you had left me for some stupid boy from LA who ended up using you. I don't care if he's your friend now. Then he was using you for one thing. And, a lot of people are saying, well, Travis, you guys had a really toxic relationship. I realize that. I was unhappy when we were together. And he knows that. He knows we were unhappy. We were just an unhappy couple. Because it was a difficult situation. We had moved in together too soon. And we tried to make it work when it wasn't working. When we would just fight about the dumbest things. And we were so insecure with everything. And then, I just feel like right now I should just be totally honest because there's no point. I feel like I've told certain people and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want you to look down upon me. But then I go figure out that he's already spread half my business to all the people he's talked to anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. So our toxic relationship had turned into him leaving me on the side of the road, turned into him leaving me on the side of the road on Thanksgiving, and I had to get my little brother to come pick me up for Thanksgiving because I was supposed to go to Merced, and at the time I didn't have a car because I ended up selling it. I ended up selling my vehicles because I was going to go to San Francisco State because I had a full ride scholarship to go there. And I didn't want a car when I was going to go to San Francisco. What the fuck is the point? So I sold it. I moved here. I didn't have a car. So he helped me. He let me use a scooter. It's a little motorized scooter. And I did that. But I couldn't take it on the freeway. And because it was one of those 149cc engines. So there was that. And he left me on Thanksgiving, and that was like one of a good 20 times. He just said, get the fuck out of my car, I don't want you in here. And my friend Robert can vouch for that because he had to come pick me up a few different times. And, I'm no innocent bystander. I am the type of person that if I'm mad, just let it go. Just stop talking or whatever. If I'm mad, You know, I probably bring out the worst in people. And I'm adamant on proving my point, especially when I think I'm right. I never said that I am right, but when I think I'm right, then okay, I'm kind of unruly and a dickhead. And so, to an extent, I'm not saying that I deserved it, but I'm not saying that I'm an innocent bystander. Um, our relationship got worse. It got hard. It got to the point to where one night he threw me up against a wall, and I ended up hitting him. And a lot of people, you know, don't know the whole story, like his friends. And for some odd, stupid reason, I care what his friends thinks. I do. I care what they think, and I have no idea why. They don't have or want anything to do with me. But I care what they think. And it hurts me when he's like telling everybody that I'm abusive and that I did all this stuff to him. And I never told anybody he left me on the side of the road. I never told anybody that he threw me up against a wall. I never told anybody that stuff. But I have admitted that I've hit him. And I'm not proud of it. But what can you do? What can I do now? I've learned from that. And I'm the type of person is if you lay your hands on me, you better be willing to back it up. You better be. And I think that I should have left. I should have left a long time ago. I shouldn't have moved here. I moved here for the wrong reasons. And yeah, school was important. School I'm getting through, and that's good. That's good. But God damn it. And so we broke up. We were separated. Blah, blah, blah. And that whole time, he would call me and tell me that he was not okay. That he wanted to kill himself and that he just wasn't happy and how come I was the way that I was. And I would freak out, and so I would call his friends and tell them, you need to go to Lance immediately. Because he's telling me this, this, and this, and I can't handle this right now. And then they would go over there and knock on the door, and he'd be like, what are you talking about? Travis is crazy. I didn't say that. And then his friends are fucking telling me I'm drama. Oh, okay. And around my birthday, 2 years ago, after we had broken up, he wanted to see me and he was like, I miss you, let's just hang out, let's see how things are, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be anything, I just want to say hi. So he comes over and we ended up having sex. And then I don't hear from him. He disappears. He actually changes his phone number after that and tells everybody that I wouldn't leave him alone. And so we did that actually 3 or 4 more times in that whole, year and a half breakup that we were apart. And it got to the point where we would just email each other and, email back and forth. And then the last time he emailed me in January. He emailed me in January and was like, Travis, I really, miss you, blah, blah, blah. I would like to have coffee. This is no joke, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I'll hear you out. And this is going to make me look like such a douchebag right now because I was actually kind of dating somebody. Sorry, Chris. But this is the truth. This is real. And Lance was like, I love you. Oh, probably shouldn't have said his name. He said I loved you. And that he has loved me this whole time. The same shit, blah, blah, blah. And I believed him, and so we started to date again. And, there was like this month period to where it was like it wasn't really dating. It was like we were caught in this limbo where I honestly believe he thought we were dating, but I was very confused because I was like, stop seeing a guy, and then, I was like, okay, well, nothing's going on with Lance. Nothing's going on with him. Nothing, like he would call me. We would talk not very often, but it was like oh, okay. We'd hang out. We'd go on a date, and then I wouldn't hear from him a little bit. And I was afraid he was going to do the same shit. So I was like, okay, well, fuck. I just broke up with somebody. All right. Well, my bad. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm just going to play the single card. So I did. And I didn't hook up with anybody. But I did make mistakes. And if you want to know those mistakes, I get, this is where it gets hard for me because I hate calling myself out and I don't, whatever. I had saw this guy. He liked me. I wasn't really interested because I really wanted to be with Lance. And so I didn't do anything. I just was like, okay, well, we went on a few dates, and I'm like, no, it's not going to work for me. I don't really like you. Oh, and the fact that that person lied to me about his age, but whatever. That's not important. I wasn't really interested to begin with, so it wasn't a big deal. And, you know, I had a really, really good friend that I confided in about everything. And he was having relationship issues with his man, blah, blah, blah. And we would talk about it, and I was trying to be there for him. By the way, this is completely separate now. It's still in the era to where Lance and I weren't together, but we were. And he was confiding in me, and then one night he got drunk, apparently, and he was like, I really like you, Travis, blah, blah, blah. I really like you. And I was like, well, I mean, I like you too, but, we have things going for us, and this is a confusing time, and I think that, Lance should at least know what the hell's going on, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, it's not important. No, it's not important. It's not important. And I'm like, okay. And so my dumbass got drunk and started texting my friend, and he was like, oh, yeah, we're still having problems. I really miss you. We should hang out, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you should send me a picture of yourself. And that was my mistake, because I did. And immediately after that, I regretted it. And, I think it was Valentine's Day, Lance and I made it official. So that made everything worse. And I was like, well, I feel like I should tell him, but I don't want to tell him because Lance is the type of person that would just make me feel horrible about it, and then he wouldn't want to be with me. And I was like, stop it, Travis. Stop saying people's names. Got back with his young boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine, blah, blah, blah. Fine, no, nothing. And halfway through all this, Lance and I, we started to date again, and things were good for the first month and a half. And then things started to go sour again, and I remembered why I was unhappy the first time. I was unhappy the first time, and I'm like, shit, Travis, now you're fucked. Now you're really fucked. Because now you're seeing this person who has not changed at all, and I feel as if I've made progress, even though you still miss him. So I made all this progress, and he's still in the same spot. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. And then I get this distressing text message from someone who tells me that Lance is on a hookup site. And I'm like, oh my god, this is happening again. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, okay, well, Travis, you're already not fucking happy anyway. What the fuck is going on? So I did not trust Lance to tell me the truth, given our first relationship. So my stupid ass decided to open up a fake Adam for Adam account and look for him. See, insecurities are unattractive, people. Insecurities are stupid and unattractive. I did not know that Lance was so insecure with himself that he had already been monitoring my email, my Facebook, my MySpace, everything. And immediately crucified me. And so now, after all of this, he broke up with me, blah, blah, blah. And then he wanted to get back together because he wanted to work it out. And then I looked at it as, no, I don't want to. This is too much. So I dumped him, and now I'm still in the same spot. Why? Why am I in the same spot? Why do I miss him? Why do I care? I don't understand. Why do I care that he's with someone else now? I don't know. Someone please fill me in.